50 experts have formed an expert team, and they are located in the hospitals for the targeted treatment to our patients. Today, we are deploying the best doctors and experts to treat our patients. Second is to prevent the cross-contamination. In order to avoid cross-contamination, for all the visitors to hospitals, we would check their health code. And we also have the preliminary tests and also the separation of the flows of the visitors. For all the crew teams and also the patients as well as their family members, every week we would run the nucleic acid test on them. Until now, there's 0 case of the cross-contamination. And third is for the psychological help. Currently, we have arranged psychiatrists into the hospitals in order to help keep the mentality straight and good of the patients. We also offer 24/7 hotlines of psychological assistance to the patients in order to soothe their mind. And fourth is to stabilize the market according to the requirements of the epidemic control and response. We have applied measures to stabilize the goods prices in the market, and also we are receiving all kinds of declarations and reports against the illegal actions. The city of Shijiazhuang is a city of heroes. All of the people living here, they are the heroes because they are responding to the call of the city to the municipal government, and they are helping us to deploy all kinds of response measures against the COVID-19. Altogether, we're about to travel through the ups and downs. We have the confidence to win the battle against the COVID-19. Thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Meng. And now the floor is open for your questions. If you have a question to raise, please raise your hand. And before giving the question, please first identify yourself. The first question, please. I'm from Changcheng New Media. During the COVID-19 pandemic and during the home-based quarantine, how could you guarantee the medical services to people in need? I'd like to give the floor to Mr. Zheng. Thank you very much for your question. Actually, the question you have raised is also one of the topics that have received wide attention of our people in the city. It's also our responsibility of our medical care system. Currently, our system is at a critical point. We are carrying out the second large-scale nucleic acid test in the city in order to curb the further spreading of COVID-19 virus. We have already made a call for everyone to stay at home as much as possible. This has caused troubles for many. While delivering the response to COVID-19, we are also helping the citizens in Shijiazhuang to have necessary access to medical care. We have a lot of convenience measures in place. Especially this morning, we have launched an announcement to all the citizens about the medical treatment during the COVID-19 response period. And now I'd like to give you more details about this announcement. And I also hope that friends of the media present here today would also be the ambassador to help spread the message. First of all, we are opening the green corridor of medical care for those people in urgent need of the treatment. For example, people that have broken the legs or people suffering from the stroke, they could go to the level 3 hospitals at the municipal level and county level. They just need to call the emergency number 120, and then there will be ambulances transporting you to the designated hospitals through the green corridor. Secondly, is that we have the designated vehicles to transport people in special requirements needs. for the people in need of the dialysis and also prematernal treatment. You could go to your familiar hospitals and go to your doctors. But first of all, you have to make an appointment through internet or by making a phone call. And also, you have to leave your record at your community level so that the health clinics and institutions at your community level would communicate with your hospitals, and we will realize the point-to-point transportation with a designated vehicle for one single patient. In our city and at the county level too, on the website of our governments, and also through different channels of the media. And I believe that through you, our friends of the media present here this afternoon, would like to deliver an important message to all the citizens in Shijiazhuang City. We are about to make it available, the list of the possible hospitals to all the citizens. So online or with your mobile phone, you could check the closest point of healthcare near your home. And third, for the municipal and county level hospitals, they are on duty and on guard 24/7 in order to guarantee the basic health care of our patients. For people suffering from chronic disease like the diabetes and high tension, you could call the local hospital institutions or clinics so that you can have first-hand information and consultations. For the clinics at municipal and county level, they will play their role, and we will also bring into full play the role of the home doctors, so that for people staying home for quarantine, they are assured for their hospital services, and they will not be left behind if they are feeling uncomfortable. And in necessary cases, people can always know where could find a doctor and where they could receive some consultations and also have the drugs. If they need a further examination or treatment at higher levels of hospitals, first of all, they should ask their community level institutions to send a designated vehicle to pick them up and then transport this particular person to the closest higher level hospital. And fourth is the appointment and reservation online. They could book the medicine they need, and in 24 hours, they would receive consultation from the doctor or from the experts, and then they could receive the due medicine. Because today we have the lockdown measures, it's not very convenient for our citizens to go outside and buy the medicines themselves. That's why we highly recommend everyone, dear citizens, to carry out online consultations with your doctors and also purchase your medicines and drugs through online channels. And we will also guarantee from our side sufficient doctors online, so all the people that are in need can be received by our doctors. And then we will also deliver the medicine and drugs in need to your footstep. And I hope that all our citizens could also collaborate with all of us, with our system of medical care, and all the institutions of healthcare will do our best to guarantee the rights and interests of our citizens to seek the medical care and consultation, and we will also ensure that the quality is always at high standards. And again, a tip for our citizens: if you have developed symptoms like the burning throat, diarrhea, and sore muscles, a fever, coughing, or any other related symptoms, please go to the closest hospital for the screening of your symptoms. And please don't make the decisions yourself to take some medicines deliberately. And during the process of going to the hospital for the screening, please make sure that you are wearing a mask and don't take a public transportation vehicle. You could try to go to the closest hospital on foot or with your own car. In doing so, you can reduce as much as possible unnecessary contact with the other people. Next question, please. I'm from China News Agency. After the outbreak of the pandemic, many schools with dormitories in the city have closed down. How could we make sure that all the faculty members and students are in safety today during the pandemic? I'd like to give the floor to Mr. Zhao from the Administration of Education. Thank you very much for your care and your attention given to those children. We have delivered an urgent announcement in the evening of the 5th of January. We ask all the students to stay still. For the visiting students, we ask them to stop coming to school and stay at home. And for the students living in the dormitory, we ask them to respect the lockdown measures in the school. We have also set up the coordination mechanism among different institutions so that the whole system of education is in safety and fully guaranteed. Currently, the status quo about the faculty members and the students is that they are in good health and they are fully protected. In the first round of nucleic acid test, for more than 370,000 students, none of them are positive in the results. And now we are carrying out the second round of nucleic acid test. We have noticed that the municipal government has given the priority to the students. In the closed schools, we have also arranged psychiatrists to help the students. So the psychiatrists are playing games with the students in order to cheer them up, to soothe their mind, and also to ease their anxiety and their nervous emotions. We also hope that the parents of those students could fully understand our arrangements, and we hope the parents would also help to assist and support the children today living in school or at home. At the same time, we also have set up some special channels. If a student living at school now, they have some other diseases, then we will let the student out through designated channel to let the children receive due care. Second, about the guarantee. First of all, to guarantee their nutrition and also their daily necessities. They have sufficient food and daily necessities at hand. The night of the 5th of January, we have arranged sufficient teachers and also logistic department members to stay with the students. For the schools that have already applied lockdown measures, by doing that, we ensure that there are enough teachers and assistants in place. At the same time, we also, in collaboration with the police station and with the market supervision department, if there is a lackage of a certain daily necessity at school, then immediately there will be a fill-up. With all those measures in place, the students don't have to worry about the daily necessities and also the food. We are in connection with 139 manufacturers for daily necessities and also for the dairy product, eggs, and also fresh vegetables. Today, we have also established the WeChat group with all the headmasters of those schools inside. So they are reporting on a daily basis. They told me that everything's fine. And we have also guaranteed the supply of the masks. In the WeChat group, I've also left my mobile phone number inside In an emergency case, they would reach to me immediately. We also have the food processing procedures already designed, and we have carefully selected the materials, the raw materials for the preparation of the food. Today, for the lockdown measures, actually it's a full range of lockdown measures in the school, and at the same time we guarantee that there are always protection measures in place. For all the vehicles, they are forbidden to enter into the schools. We ask the students to wear the masks throughout the day, and we also have a reserve the disinfectants at school. As to the management, we would manage the students according to the units of classes and also the units of each dormitory rooms. We use the minimum units of management to ensure the efficiency and safety. From time to time and on a regular basis, we are also doing the disinfection of the environment and ventilation. For all the materials entering into the school, we also carry out the second round of disinfection. So all those measures in place could guarantee that students and faculty members inside the school, they are fully prepared and protected. For students, teachers, and headmasters staying inside schools, they are a team now, so the headmasters and our teachers, they should help the students with their homework, with their classes, their education. Apart from that, there are also entertainment activities like watching the films and also doing physical exercises. This is to make sure that the students, even blocked inside the schools, can still have a very enriched life. In the meantime, for the external environment safety, we have invited policemen to safeguard the whole schoolyard. That's why I hope that all the citizens, especially the parents of those students, could feel safe and have confidence in our management, and altogether we would build a great wall against the COVID-19. Do you have any other questions? Please. I'm from Shijiazhuang TV and radio station. Currently, we know that the public has responded to the call of the municipal government, and most of them are staying home. But we also understand that the containment would lead to a bad mood. So what measures could we take to cheer them up? I'd like to give the floor to Madam Zhang. Thank you very much for your question. I believe that this is a shared issue of all the people staying home for quarantine. Actually, family is the basic unit of the society. Staying at home could be considered as a comfort. So for a short period of time of staying at home, it's not a big headache for people. But at the same time, we also know that human being is social animal. So we need to go out and communicate with others. This is a request in our nature. And for many outgoing people, they prefer to find their own feeling of existence among people, among the group. So for those type of people, if they stay at home for a long period of time, they will feel detached from the society. So when you are staying at home, it's normal to feel very well, and it's also quite normal for you to feel unease. Another problem with staying at home for a long time is that you will forget the normal routine. You will not respect the usual routine to take meals or to take exercises. People would be over attracted by their phones. This is an abuse of their body and also of their health, and they will forget to strike a balance in their meals. And sometimes bad nutrition and lack of routine would also lead to anxiety and bad mood. So this is a point that we should pay more attention to. And some other people, they are too anxious and too nervous about their health. So they will have the tendency to believe some rumors on the internet. Sometimes they will be over-frightened by the rumors. Days ago, we received a phone call from a citizen. The citizen has delivered some light fever symptom. So this citizen has become very nervous. But actually, it's quite fine because he has no contact history with any other confirmed cases. In the end, this citizen has decided to lock himself or herself down in the room, and he refused to contact with any others, and he's sure that he had the COVID, and he has even quarreled with the family members. That's why they made the phone call. But after analyzing the situation, the symptom is actually caused by the anxiety, by the mood. And later, with the help of our personnel, this citizen is assured and relieved, and he's no longer worried about the risk of being contaminated by COVID because he's not. Again, for people staying at home for a long period of time, it's highly recommended for you to guarantee your nutrition, to have sufficient sleeping hours, and also to have some basic physical exercises. In recent days, we have a lot of sunny days. The weather is quite good, so we hope that you would have some sunbathing at your balcony. And also, we also recommend you to follow your hobbies. For example, do some meditations, to do some yoga, and also to learn the traditional Chinese sport 八段锦. And also, you could listen to music and care for your flowers and your green plants. Usually, we believe that those are the hobbies for the elderly persons, but today, in this special period of COVID response period, we hope that our youngsters and our younger generation of people could also pick up their hobbies. And don't just read the rumors on the internet every day is no good for your health. And you could also try to do some evaluation of your personality and your character to see what kind of your character is. If you are more outgoing people, we would recommend this type of people to have more Skype-based talk with the others. You could have FaceTime chat with your friends, with your relatives, and it could also contribute your part to our fight against the COVID by becoming a volunteer in this fight. So this will surely raise your sense of achievement and also sense of success. By doing that, you can be at ease if all those suggestions won't work out until now. You could try to have some deep breathing. You would follow the rhythm of 3-4-3-4. For the inhale, you count from 1 to 3. For the exhale, you count from 1 to 4. By following that rhythm of 3 and 4 and 3 and 4, after the repetition of 5 to 6 times, you will feel that the anxiety disappeared to some extent. And then for the family members, If you find that one of your family members have developed bad temper and they are prone to quarrel with the other family members during this period of time, you would immediately notice that this family member is in bad mood and we have to give some immediate help to him or her. We have to understand their worries and also their anxiety, because until now you must understand that they are outgoing people. They would prefer to stay outside in the group. But currently, of course, it's not possible. So you have to tell this person that it's quite normal for you to feel somewhat anxious or you feel unease is quite okay, because you belong to a certain type of outgoing people. Now you cannot go out. Surely you don't feel very well, but you can pick up some other hobbies. You can learn how to cook. You can play pokers with your family members, and you could also listen to music and do something interesting at home. One thing important is that you should not criticize directly this family member. You have to be very tolerant and you have to treat them very well. In some cases, professional psychiatrists would be a good help. For example, we have the hotline. (68652995). If you feel uncomfortable mentally, you could call this hotline 24/7. In general, I would like to wish you a very happy stay at home, and I sincerely believe that all of you could find a way out. You would successfully tackle this problem of anxiety or the boredom at home. Next question, please. Good evening. I have a question for Secretary Guo. Currently, we encourage people to stay at home. So accordingly, there are a lot of inconveniences in their daily life. What are the measures to help the people? So Secretary Guo, please. First of all, I'd like to say thank you for your attention given to our workers working at the front line. I'm from the Yuhua district. We have 18 communities serving more than 57,000 people. After the outbreak of the pandemic, people are recommended to stay at home, and accordingly, they are facing some inconveniences. In order to guarantee the daily necessities to the people, we have taken measures. So at the same time, we are continuing with the response to COVID-19 and also reducing the obstacles in daily life of the people. In general, we have 4 tips. First of all, we set up the bridges of communication. Today, people's daily life has become more inconvenient, and we, community workers at the level of the streets and communities, we have set up the WeChat groups and also the mini programs based on WeChat app. In order to serve our people, we are also in connection with the supermarkets and also manufacturers. At the level of the communities, we have also set up the hotlines, and we are offering consultation services to our people. Until now, multiple convenience stores and also supermarkets have set up the communication chat groups with our community citizens so that their necessities are guaranteed. Second tip is to guarantee the food and nutrition for the people in order to give them access to the fresh vegetables and also daily necessities. For all those shop owners that have negative results of nucleic acid test, they are invited into the communities to sell the products. We have also arranged community workers to stay in the spot to avoid excessive gathering of the people. And every day, the window period for the shopping is limited to only 4 hours and no more. And third, we also care more about the elderly people and people living alone. Because today we have lockdown measures in place, so those people, those elderly persons, and also the people with inconveniences, they are facing even bigger problems in daily life. So we are giving them nursing services, and we help them to do the shopping, and we also help them to pay the bills. They will give us the money, and we will go to the institutions and units of work to pay the bills for them. And fourth is that the people today are complaining about the long waiting period after online shopping. So we have communicated with the stores to know the root cause of the problem. We've immediately understand that people are all staying at home and they're all commanding food and daily necessities with their mobile phones and on the internet. And we only have limited convenience shops and also the supermarkets and only limited number of delivery men. That's why for a certain period of time, there is a longer period of waiting time for the delivery to be realized. And today we have invited small delivery men to this district after testing them with the nucleic acid test. With the negative results, they could immediately go to the workplace and start the delivery work. Today we are showing our responsibility towards the people, and we are staying at the front line. While guaranteeing the safety during the COVID period, we are also making sure that people can have a very happy and convenient life. Thank you very much for your questions. That is end for the Q&A session. I'd like to say thank you for all of you for your attention, and I declare the end of today's press conference.